What is up? What is up? What is up? And welcome back to the Hip Hop Comic Shop. I'm your host, Black Manta. And with the assistance of VR Trooper, today we're bringing you a new episode of the Hip Hop Comic Shop. Now, today we're doing things a little bit different. Today we're talking about the American hero, G.I. Joe. And as you can see, I'm a villain. Destro, heavy metal all day. I don't care what you say. Cobra! But anyways, let's talk about G.I. Joe. Now, the storyline I would like to talk about today is called Icebound. Now, this came out around 2002 under the Image title. Image bought the rights from Marvel, and they came out with a line of books that I thought were very, very great. Very, very good writing, very, very good art. And today I'm going to show you some of the books from my collection that I have from Image, from Devil's Due. But I do want to talk about one certain storyline. Like I said, it came out in 2002. It's called Icebound, and it has a little bit of a horror twinge to it. All right, it's a 4-story arc that I really thought was very impressive. And I read it 3 or 4 times. I read it again before I came down here to discuss it with you guys. All right, so the first book came out in, like I said, 2002. I said it 3 times. It's 2002. It is on the Frontline story arc from G.I. Joe. This, let me see here, make sure I get that in there without that light on there. Bam, there you go. G.I. Joe Frontline, and this was number 5. This was written by Dan Jolly, also Drew Johnson. The cover is by Tony Harris, and the artwork on the inside, on the interior, is done by Drew Johnson and Tom Fester. Hopefully I'm saying your last name right, sir. But all I have to say is you guys did a great thing here. One of my favorite storylines to read. I really cannot tell you how much I really do enjoy reading this storyline. Now, this takes place, it originally takes place 7 years after G.I. Joe was disbanded. So Duke Hauser, by himself, he's running a black ops operation. He goes out to Norway, and out there, he heads to a bunker. He finds out with his special black ops team, they find out there's a group of scientists doing some kind of gene splicing experiments on soldiers, trying to make better soldiers for the cold climates out there. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to make sure, if you have a soldier in the cold, you got the top of the line soldier. So if this experiment is successful, they'll go ahead and start branching out for desert type terrain and other terrains such as that. So he heads out there, and with his troops, they discover everything goes haywire. All right. So you have guys from this experiment who were slowly changing into something else with the gene splicing going on. And they find out that once you're bitten by some of these guys who have already gone over some of this gene splicing, that you start showing symptoms like a infection, like some kind of bacterial infection. And so what they have to do is basically blow up everything. Duke is the only one who gets out. Out of his team of 6, he's the only one that gets out. So 7 years later, General Hawk calls Duke into his office and says, "Hey, do you remember this black op operation that you were doing a couple of years back?" And Duke was like, "Yes and no." But he was like, "Well, there is a SOS, an SOS signal coming from that site that you were at, that you know you were at, but you can't say that you were at. So I need you and pick your team and go out there and see what's going down." So what Duke does, he gets his team together. He gets Airtight, one of my Joes that I had back in the day when I was a kid. He gets Scarlet, of course, another G.I. Joe that I had back in the day. Frostbite, yeah. Also, let me see, Lifeline. And to top it off, I mean, come on, you're gonna be on a G.I. Joe mission. You have to have Snake Eyes. So they all head out to Norway to figure out what's going down. This is the second issue on that, Frostbite. No, Icebound, sorry. Let's see here. So when they get to the bunker, all right, they get inside, everything's going down, and they see that there's cubes. Well, I can't say cubes. I don't want to try to give too much away of the story, but they see blocks of ice with humanoid figures in it. And they're like, hey, what's going on with this, you know? And they do what they got to do. They turn the generator on. And as the generator turns on, well, you know, the temperature's going to go up. So everything starts to thaw out. Uh-oh. When everything thaws out, the trouble goes down. They figure out that this place is full of gene splice scientists, soldiers that have been, let's see, make sure we got that right there. They have been, how would I say this? They have been subcontracted, that is, by Cobra. Of course, Cobra. Come on, man. It's not G.I. Joe without Cobra. So they find out that Cobra had their hands in this the whole time. And they're trying to make a better soldier for all types of weather. And what do they got to do? They're stuck. You can't get bit. If you get bit, you're turned into one of those guys. And that's as much as I want to give away. I strongly suggest you go back 2002. It is issue 5, 6, 7, and 8. It is a great storyline. It's one of my favorite storylines of all time. Like I said, I've read it 3 or 4 times in my life. And I think you would enjoy it. It has, like I said, it has a little bit of horror twinge with it because you're finding out how they're going to get out of this. There's a ton of them that are locked up in that little bunker, eating all types of animals. And hey, we got humans here. Either we're gonna bite you and you turn into one of us, or we're going to eat you. So there it is. That is my G.I. Joe jump off right there. But before we're out of here, I would love to show you some of my G.I. Joe books that I have had over the years. Like I said, this was picked up from Marvel. And what I'd like to show to you is something that I got from DJ Bones. What's up, my man? Thank you so much. We got this. I got this from him way back in the day, and I appreciate it so much. This is G.I. Joe from Marvel, number 55, The Unmasking. Woo! This is so dope right here, man. This right here. You got Destro, Cobra Commander, and Snake Eyes taking their mask off all in one issue. I remember when Bones handed me this, he said, man, you can have this. I was like, man, are you crazy? What? You hooked me up, and I appreciate it with all my heart. I have it. I'm not going to let you know what happens on the inside, man, but please check it out. It's one of my favorite issues. I covet this joint right here. You know what I'm saying? I would love to get it graded. I know it won't get a high grade or anything like that, but it's something that I would love to get graded, and it's part of my PC. So, yeah. Thank you, Bones, once again, man. All right. Another one that I do have is, well, I'm going to go ahead and show you two at the same time if I can. This is from the Image run, G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. You can't have no G.I. Joe without having Storm Shadow on the cover, man. Look at that right there. Storm Shadow right there. It's kind of washing out because it's white and an orange background, but that's okay. I already know that VR Trooper going to have me on the hookup in the background. So, but what goes with that is the next issue. It's called the Silent Issue. Now, what they were doing was showing props to the Marvel joint that came out back in the day. The Silent Issue right here. Make sure I can put this in the right way. Right there. Uh-oh, hold up. Let me get this right. I'm gonna have to move the mic. Right there. Oh, nope, that's the wrong way. Hold up. Flip it. I'm flipping and bounce this joint. Oh man, I'm messing it up. There it is, right there. Let me get that in there. Shit. Right there we go, right there. You got Snake Eyes and Billy versus Cobra Commander and Storm Shadow. Issue 20 and 21. That right there is gangster right there, man. 2 covers that go back to back. When I picked these up, man, I was so hyped right there, man. This is gangster shit right here. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to cuss, but I just did. So that came out. Now another one of my favorite covers out there, man, is right here. This is issue 6. Another Storm Shadow and Cobra Commander cover. Storm Shadow trying to get revenge against Cobra Commander. Look at that. That is so dope. Man, I don't know. They always, you know, VR, man, they always had these orange covers. And then it's always orange. Like the, you know what I'm saying, yellow, orange, and then just the character background. It kind of washes out right here. But, man, let me see. Woo! That is some fire right there, man. I love it. Okay. Now, here we go. This is done by the legendary Michael Turner. This is G.I. Joe. This is under Devil's Due Productions. He passed away back in the day, early 2000s, but he left so much great art. And this character right here is called Wraith, one of his characters that he made for G.I. Joe. Bam. I wish I could show that to you guys better, man. Because this cover right here from Michael Turner is fantastic. Wraith was a very great character, just the way it is. He's almost like a mix between a battle android trooper and Firefly. It's just all mixed together, and a great character, great cover art right there by Michael Turner. Rest in power, man. All right. Another one that we have is a G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. This is a #1 under Image, and it's a Snake Eyes cover. I can't do nothing without, come on, man, look at that. Look at that right there. That is fly. That's all you can say, man. This is just something I know I forgot my stand, you know what I'm saying? So we got to go ahead and freestyle this all the way we can. But yeah, man, that Snake Eyes right there is beautiful. Never mind that movie. Don't go watch that Snake Eyes movie. It's a bunch of trash. All right? G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes right here. I wish they would have made that correctly. Yeah, he's a white dude, blonde hair, blue eyes, but he's a ninja. He's a gaijin. Woo! All right. Now, what I want to show you guys is something that really, really put me on to Campbell Scott J. Campbell Scott J. And there's so many ways I say his name, always messed up. But this is his early work, and he started with Image. And this is what I picked. I picked this up for $15. Look at that, G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, right there. You got Snake Eyes, you got Scarlet, you got Shipwreck, you got Duke, and you got Roadblock. Man, you can't go wrong with that. That is some flyness right there, man. Yes. Early Campbell Scott work right there. And then he did the first 4 or 5 issues of this. So then you get Destro. That's right, Destro with the Crimson Guard and the Baroness in the background. Look at that right there, man. Yeah. You know what's funny, man? When I was a kid, I always thought Destro was black. And then one day they came out with an episode saying that, Destro was Irish and he's related to Lady J. I was like, what the hell just happened? But there's a black dude in his voice for all the original G.I. Joe cartoons, man, back in the day. But, you know, still, in my heart, Destro's black. I don't care what anybody say. All right, issue 3. You got Zartan. That right there is so ill, so sweet right there. Yeah, man. Something else so great. And then one of the last covers that J. Campbell Scott did. J. Scott Campbell. I'm saying his name all wrong, so please forgive me. Number 4. Of course, he's going to have Flint on the cover, knocking out one of the Cobra Troopers in front of the White House. So, yeah, man, this is some good stuff back in the day, early 2000s. Like I said, this is some early work from all these artists. And I don't know. I just wanted to share my G.I. Joe collection with you. Once again, rocking the heavy metal, the Destro in the house. Nothing but love. Thank you for checking out this new episode. Also, we are at 71 subs. When I said back in the day, once we get to 80, we're going to have another giveaway, another raffle giveaway for another graded book. So, once you're a sub, once we hit 80, all you have to do is leave a comment, leave a like, and you're going to be put into the raffle for the new giveaway. All right? So, once again, thank you for tuning in to the Hip Hop Comic Shop. I am Black Manta. He is VR Trooper. Peace. See you next time.